Ooh, that looks tasty. Welcome folks, Today the Hungry Gamer is back with another crowdfunding preview, and today we are talking about Kaiser Cucumber and the Gang's Mechanical Corners, or Kaiser Cucumber as I like to call it. And what you see here is a prototype of the Ultra Deluxe version, and this is where all the tiles are acrylics, and the regular version will be a small card box similar to the other Fight in a Box games, just like this one right here. And the Super Deluxe comes in this lovely little bag like so. And even though this is a deluxe version, this is again a prototype version. As you can see, there are stickers on these mastermind tiles right here. Now, what this game is it is a game set in the same world as Mouse, Cheese, Cat, Cucumber, in which you are playing one of these masterminds, doing your best to get away with as much loot from the museum heist as you can, while hopefully getting your opponents caught. And you're going to do this through playing tiles out onto the board, and as these tiles get played, they're going to have different effects on the game board, doing different things as you go around through. Now, before I get started, please make sure you turn your Klingon subtitles, because if I make any mistakes in the rules overview, that's where you'll find the corrections. Now, if you are not interested in how this game is played, just want to jump into my final thoughts, then you want to go to the timestamp on the screen right now. For those of us still here, let's talk about how this game is played. To start with, every single player is going to get one of these masterminds at the beginning of the game, and I'll use Kaiser Cucumber as my example. And a brief description of what you're seeing right here. Each one has a reveal ability, which is you can tell everybody what your scoring conditions are to use this special power, and it is once per game, and each of the different masterminds has a different one, as you can see. Then along the side we have the scoring conditions, and I will revisit this at the end of this rules explanation, but in this case, Kaiser Cucumber wants the green tiles to get away scot-free, or get away clean. They want all the blues to be captured, and they want both red and yellows to be chased away and still be in the draw deck at the end of the game. The way this is going to happen is each round you will have a Bunny Bobby tile out on the board, and in each successive round you'll be able to add one more onto the board, so at the end of the game there'll be 3 Bunny Bobbies out on the board. You'll see they all have arrows pointing in different directions. And each player will be given a set number of tiles depending on the player count. Then on their turn, a player will be able to place down next to a Bunny Bobby that's on the board, either diagonally or orthogonally adjacent, one of their tiles. And they can play it face down like this, and what that means is you're placing a tile, only you know what it is, and if it has not been chased away or somehow arrested by the end of the round, it will get away clean. And so in this case, there would be a yellow tile that gets away clean, which is not what Kaiser Cucumber wants. So maybe Kaiser Cucumber would play a green owl face down in the hopes that it's going to get away clean at the end of the round. And then play will proceed around the table, each player playing one of their cards. Now the interesting thing starts to come in when you play tiles face up, which can do various different things. So in this case, by playing this, you can rotate any tile you want. Well, in this case, doing this doesn't do anything, and doing this doesn't do anything. But if we had, say, this Bunny Bobby out, well now suddenly that's going to do something different. So if I place this, I can then rotate this to do this, and now this will be chased away and won't get away scot-free, and this will be chased away and won't be captured. So you have rotates, you have flips like this, which would flip one tile over. You have switches, which allow you to switch any 2 tiles on the board, but not the one that you just placed. In fact, you have the hedgehogs, which allow you to do a hop, which is hop 1 tile on top of an adjacent one, and I'll point out that this is a time when you could use the Bunny Bobbies, and if they hop on top of something, they immediately arrest it. And then you have the rats, and the rats are going to rat out whoever they are pointing to. So let's say this was our setup at the end of the round. The very first thing that happens is we look at the arrows coming off of the Bunny Bobbies, and those tiles are going to get chased away because they're running from the cops. So even though these are both turned face down, they both get chased away, as does this one right here. So all of these will get shuffled back into the draw deck. Then we look for any rats. Well, here's a rat. It was not chased away, and it's pointing at this one right here, so this one would be arrested. Then every other tile that's left that is face up is also arrested. So in this case, all of these would have been arrested. They get put out of the game. Then the next player, who's going to be the first player, gets to place out another Bunny Bobby. You shuffle the draw deck, you redeal, and you go again. You do that 3 times. Then at the end of the game, each player is going to score up how they did. And so for the sake of argument, let's just say that this whole stack here was arrested, this whole stack here got away clean, and this stack right here is what is left in the draw deck. Now I'll put that off to the side so we don't get confused. So then we look here. So Kaiser Cucumber here wants greens to get away clean. So we take our got away clean deck, we flip it over, and we see how many greens there are. Yellow, 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 and 1 green, which we would place right there. And that's telling us that Kaiser Cucumber is going to get 2 points for that. Then we look at our arrested deck. And Kaiser Cucumber wants blues to be arrested. So we go through the deck and find all the blues, and all the blues we place over here. Like so. And with 3 of those, that means Kaiser Cucumber gets 3 more points. And we're going to go through the rest of the draw deck. And let's just say that the Sovereign of Tea was still in the game here. And we'll just say that he had 1 getaway there. And there we go. 2 greens were arrested. Then we go through the rest and we divide them up based on color. So then we take a look and we see we have 5 yellows and 2 reds equaling 7 here. And we have 2 reds and 4 blues equaling 6 here, which means that Kaiser Cucumber has the most, so they will get those 3 points at the bottom, which means Kaiser Cucumber has 2 points for this, plus 3 more points here for 5, plus these 3 for 8, while the Sovereign of Tea has 2 points for this, and another 2 there for 4. Kaiser Cucumber is the winner. And that's how this game works. So what do I like about this game? First off, I am still charmed by the world of the game, the bizarre animals and vegetables coming together and like doing crime and chasing each other. It just is so weird, and I really enjoy it. It has this very just kind of old schooly cartoon look. I dig that, I enjoy it, and I like both the retail and the Super Deluxe version for different reasons. The production on the Super Deluxe version, it's really nice. It's very satisfying to have these big old tiles and play them down, and it takes up a relatively small space on the table with the Super Deluxe version, and it's waterproof, I guess. However, it's a bigger bag. The retail version fits in your back pocket size. But on the other hand, it takes up more space, and it's actually a little bit harder, I think, to kind of score at the end of the game. But I enjoy that. I like the way it looks. I love that it plays very quickly. Once you get the hang of it, it really can cook. It really moves. And I really also enjoy that within the simplicity of the different masterminds, which is just a different color combination and a power, and the powers are really good. They're so good, and I like them so much, it really makes it challenging to decide, should I, in round 2, use my power and then let everyone else know what I'm trying to do for the rest of the game. But the powers are that good that it is worth it to do, and I really, really enjoy that. The next thing I like about the game is I've never played anything like it. It is, in my mind, unique. Just the way everything works and you're moving the tiles around, I'm sure there's something else out there that is similar, but I can't think of it. It is just a delightful game, and it's unique on my shelf. And to me, that is really, really special, especially when you can get this game for like $15 or something like that. More if you want this Super Deluxe version. So that's really cool. But kind of digging into it, mechanically, I really like how it's really hard to get the big points. It is hard to get someone to get away scot-free. It is really challenging because you put something out upside down, everybody else knows you probably want that to get away, and they're going to do their very best to at least make sure it's chased off. But when you can work it out and make that happen, it's a really good feeling to know that you got 2 points for each one of those you've already gotten out. And usually games are 15 points, maybe? Most games I've played, the winner's gotten somewhere around 15 points. So it's really, really good to have that happen. But what really makes it work, I think, is how much thought you have to put into, okay, let's get these people chased away. And that strategy of moving things around, turning the bunny bobby so the arrows are pointing to a different direction to chase away the rat that's going to arrest one of your face downs, is really interesting. This is an intense brain burn of a game in a tiny little box. And considering the size of the rulebook and the simplicity of what you and how simple it is to play, that's amazing. It's an incredible brain burn in a tiny box with a short rulebook. Well, I only really have one, and that is, and it might be because it's kind of unique, it took me several games before I could internalize the difference between getting away clean, being chased away, and being arrested. And even though the symbols are on the tiles, pointing at a thing, telling you what it's going to do, it took me a few games before I could really internalize it and I wasn't making mistakes. See, that's the key, because once you start making mistakes, you have really hamstrung yourself. And this is a game that is prime for you making a small mistake that can really hurt you down the road. And I'll say, when I played this several times with the original Don, even the last time that we played, he was having a very hard time keeping track of get away clean, chased away, arrested. And it's probably why he lost last time we played. But outside of that, I don't really have any quibbles with this game. I think if you watch the rules overview, you know what the game is. You have to understand it's going to take a few plays before you really kind of grok what's going on, and it's going to take a few plays before you really start to figure out the strategy. When do you put something upside down that's maybe a feint? When do you sacrifice one of your own things that could get you good points if it gets away scot-free just to throw people off? How do you start to figure out what other players are chasing? So all of that takes time. Luckily, the gameplay is only about 20 minutes or so, so it's not hard to do, but it is going to take time before it clicks. I can't imagine anybody's going to play this game the first time, but oh, I get this, I understand how this works, unless you're way smarter than me, which you probably are, let's be real. But there you have it, folks. That is Kaiser Cucumber and the Gangs of McChanicle Corners. I am so pleasantly surprised by this game. I'm going to hold on to this prototype I have as long as I possibly can, because it is unique, it is weird, and I like weird. There's some chaos going around, trying to manage the chaos. All of those things are things that I like. So there you have it, folks. That is Kaiser Cucumber. As always, if I made any mistakes in the rules overview, please let me know in the comments with the timestamp so I can get that in the Klingon subtitles. As always, if you found this video useful, please like, subscribe, share, maybe become a channel member. As always, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.